Replacing the air suspension air compressor relay on an Audi A6 C6 is not a hard task. The relay is located next to the glow plug control unit relay, which is under the engine ECU. The ECU is inside the ECU plastic box, and this plastic box is located under the windscreen, under this plastic cover.
Not great, not terrible.
First, as a safety precaution, it's good to disconnect the battery. Then open the hood, remove the plastic cover rubber seal, and remove the plastic cover. After this, you can see the ECU plastic box. We have to remove the plastic cover of this box, but first, remove the two small screws on top of the blower motor plastic box. To remove these screws, you will need a small Torx T25 bit. After removing these two screws, you will need a Torx T30 bit to remove the screws of the ECU cover. There are 5 screws in total holding this cover. First, remove the 4 visible screws. After this, you need to locate the 5th screw, which is hidden under the windshield plastic trim. To locate this screw, carefully lift the plastic trim, and as you can see, the screw is hiding there like a mouse hiding behind your wardrobe, climbing the wall and doing Jean-Claude Van Damme split between the wardrobe and the wall.
Not great, not terrible.
To remove this screw, you will need a small ratchet in one hand, and your other hand you will have to stick under the cover to lift it a bit. After removing this last screw, you can lift the plastic ECU cover up a bit and pull it towards yourself. Obviously, use your other hand to lift up a bit the windshield plastic trim to remove the ECU cover more easily. Now you can see the exposed ECU and the air compressor relay. But to access the relay, you will have to release the ECU and move it a bit out of the way. The ECU is held in place by this metallic bracket. To remove this bracket, you have to push it down in this area and pull the side of the bracket out with some tool. After releasing the bracket on one side, you can easily remove it. The ECU is now movable. To move the ECU out of the way more, you will have to unhook this wiring harness. It's held in place by this kind of a hook, which is attached to this plastic tab. Now you can carefully move the ECU out a bit more to have a better access to the relay. To remove the relay, simply wiggle it out. With a removed relay, the air suspension warning light will be illuminated and the air compressor is not gonna work. It's important to replace this relay because in rare cases it can get stuck, and if it gets stuck, then the air compressor is gonna run until it burns out or until you disconnect the car battery. So if you are replacing the air compressor itself, then you should always replace the relay. Plus, if your car is older or if it's a high mileage car, then it's a very good idea to replace this relay even preventively.